Hey everybody, this is the start of my YouTube channel for my farm. This is something I've wanted for a while, and then I didn't really worry about it, but I always had a connection to land. And so I wanted to tell you how I got here. To me, it's an amazing story, and it is 100% every single step of the way God directed. It's not God touched, it's God directed. It's God planned. It's Jeremiah 29:11. He had good thoughts for me. He had me in his care, and he had hope for me, so to have a future. So anyway, here's how it started. My sister Pam, is with me, and we always knew that we would be together as we became more mature. So we are together, and we are grateful for it. We love each other deeply and dearly. And she had a habit recently of spamming me with real estate listings because we were looking for a farm. They were always 2 hours away. And I was going, too far. Well, so she sent me one of those about 6 or 8 weeks ago. No, not even 8, it's 6. And I deleted it. And then she sent me another one, and I almost didn't even look at it because I was tired. And I thought, no, look at it, you need to. So I looked at it, and I immediately knew that this was the land we were looking for. I placed a quick phone call, and I tried to look it up on the parcel map for the county, and I couldn't seem to find it. It kept zooming to the wrong place. So once I got the listing agent on the line, he helped me move along a little further south on the parcel map to find this piece of property. Well, what had happened was they had originally had 100 acres for sale and had recently decided to split it, and the listing still had the parcel number for the full 100 acres, so it kept taking me to this larger bulk of it. So what he told me was, we split it to make it easier for people to buy. What that really meant was, when he split it, it made it the perfect property for me, but also the perfect property for some friends. Now, along those lines, speaking of my friends, they are farmers. They're real show-enough farmers, okay? They do animals and all that. They do big stuff. And we were talking one day at the farmers market, and about how our land hunts were going. And we're saying, well, we'll let each other know if we come across anything. And as the conversation ended and I was walking away, just all of a sudden I said, who knows, maybe we'll be neighbors one day. So when I talked to this agent, and he told me that in addition to this piece of property, there was a larger piece of property adjacent to it, I thought, hey, I need to let my friend know. So I said, look, I've got some friends that might be interested in that piece of property. And I gave them a text and got an answer right back. And the three of us, her husband and her and I, all came out to take a look at this piece of property. We were told it had been cut over 10 years ago. The truth is, it's been 3 years, and it's been laid waste. You can see they really didn't do a good job of doing anything other than making a big mess. Well, anyway, so that was a concern for me. It's a lot of work, and I don't know, I had trepidations, but I also knew once I got here that this really is the land for me. this is not what I would have chosen, and there are other features of this land, characteristics that would not be what I would choose. But the thing is, when Yahweh directs a life, He directs it in a better path, with a better plan, even though it may not look like that. So before I left this land that first day, it's like, this is it. This is the one. I know it is. And my friends had to think about theirs a little bit longer. They have more at stake than I do. And they eventually also came to the conclusion that that was a piece of land for them. So we jointly made offers, and today we closed on our properties. But about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, after we had made the offer, and it had been accepted, I was thinking about Yahweh and thinking about what His name means, that He's the creator of everything, He's the designer of everything, and that when you breathe His name. When you breathe Yahweh's breath. His breath is not just in us, but it's throughout the earth. We exchange air, in whatever kind of gas it is, with everything around us, whether it's other people, animals, plants, the soil itself. Even in anaerobic environments on the earth, there's still a gas exchange, and that's all Yahweh's breath. Without the breath, we can't have anything else. So I read an article that day. It was a Sunday, and it was talking about the breath and the exchange throughout the earth. And it mentioned Jeremiah 37. And I was about to be on my way to Ecclesia to meet, and I didn't have time to look up the chapter, so I pulled it up on my phone and I listened to it, which was the best way to interact with that chapter, because it's just beautiful the way you hear it. It talked about the dry bones in the valley, and I saw the dry bones, and I made the connection that there's something to arise, to pull together and to arise out of these dry bones. The next part of the chapter, the Lord tells Ezekiel to prophesy to the wind and to cause it to breathe breath into the dry bones that have come together and been covered with sinew and flesh but had no breath. And once that happened, it was a mighty army. An exceeding great army, I think is what it says in the Bible. Anyway, so that's what I saw, was that this land was something that needed breath breathed into it, Yahweh's breath breathed into it, and that I'm to be the person standing here representing Him and helping this land heal. So I named the farm Breath of Life Farm. And we're just at the very beginning of a book. We haven't even started chapter 1. We've only been to the foreword to get to the point where I own this. And I can hardly wait to see what the rest of the chapters are going to be like, because Yahweh only makes great things. I invite you to visit as I publish more videos on YouTube, and because that's what I'm going to be doing, is sharing how this land heals and what the life is like on it. So God bless you. Yahweh bless you. Let's all breathe.